It's Matthew Holt, and I'm here with Andy Cohen. Andy is the founder and CEO of caregivers.com, and Andy's someone who I've met 4 or 5 years ago. We founded the site in 2007, I want to say.
Yes.
That sounds correct. So Andy, just to remind people, you founded the site for a particularly personal reason. So talk a little bit about why you founded the site and what it does.
Yeah, I got into caregiving like most people do, the hard way. I was caring for my mom when she had cancer, and she was in Chicago, where I'm from, and I was out here in Silicon Valley, and I spent a lot of the year flying back and forth trying to help her, and I kept going online trying to find things like how do you fight cancer, how do you hire a nurse, how do you buy a hospital bed, and there were no good sites to help me figure out what to do. So after she passed away, I founded caring.com to help make it a little easier for other people going through this.
So site's been going on the way to 4 years now. Some of your team you came from Intuit, some of your team came from Baby Center. The whole concept is to create sort of the premier site for people who are going through the caregiving experience. Talk a bit about what's actually on the site, and then we're going to look at it in a second.
Yeah, and it's not for seniors, it's for adult children mostly who are caring for the seniors. So it's people 40 to 60 who have a parent or a grandparent that are fighting something like Alzheimer's, and what we're doing is helping them each step of the way with the health aspects of it, the nutrition aspects of it, the legal aspects, the financial aspects, because anybody going through caregiving has to figure out, how do I make my parents safe, how do I pay for this care, how do I prepare legally for end of life, and caring.com holds your hand step by step and helps you figure out what to do.
And actually, you publish a whole range of checklists for people to go through in any one of those scenarios.
Guides. There's expert Q&A on the site. There's also a really robust community where you can talk to other people going through the same thing. And these are often very private things that you might not want to share on your Facebook friends, but you can absolutely share on caring.com and get great support.
So we're going to look at one new aspect of that in a minute. But last year, a year and a bit ago, you acquired the Gilbert Guides. So talk a bit about that part of the site and what you're doing in terms of local, not quite local classifieds, local listings of services.
Yeah, so a lot of elder care is information that's national in nature. Anything around health isn't local, but a lot of elder care is local information. How do I find a good in-home care provider? How do I find a good assisted living facility if my parents can't live at home? So what we've created on caring.com is sort of a Yelp for elder care, where you can go in by zip code, look at the facility, see consumer ratings, and learn all the things you need to do to evaluate a facility, and then actually connect directly with that facility to get a quote.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about what you have that's pretty new on the site. I'm going to pan back here a second and introduce everyone to Robin Joy, who's the VP of Marketing for caring.com. Hi, Robin.
Hello.
So talk a little bit about, Andy, what is new in this Steps and Stages product, and then we're going to go in and take a quick look. But just give us a quick overview of what it is.
Anyone dealing with a loved one with Alzheimer's knows it is absolutely the hardest kind of care to provide, because it lasts for 7 to 10 years, it gets progressively worse, and there's no cure. So what we wanted to do was really help people going through Alzheimer's care by telling them what was going to happen next and telling them how to get ready. So we spent over a year working with 2 doctors at UCSF and the University of Wisconsin to create a Alzheimer's stage-based care guide called Alzheimer's Steps and Stages that we just launched a few months ago.
Great. So let's take it. We're going to do the indie approach of taking the screen and looking at Robin's Mac here. So Robin, what are we seeing here? This is kind of the entryway to Steps and Stages.
Exactly. So you start with a landing page that asks you who you're caring for, some rough information about the symptoms they're experiencing, your email address, and then you enter in to get a weekly guide. And as you enter in, you'll be asked some additional symptom questions that help to really make your guide more specific to you. So by answering questions like whether or not your loved one can reliably remember what happened yesterday, some just real easy things. If you're actually going through it, these are not hard for you to answer, but can really mean that your care becomes much more customized to your experience. And so with just that one other
so that's
screen.
basically an assessment stage.
Exactly.
And a couple more screens of that, and where do you end up after that?
And then you land on a custom care guide, and this gives you a rough idea of the stage of Alzheimer's that your relative is in, and some information about their memory, their physical function, their emotions, which people find somewhat reassuring that, oh, you sort of see where I'm at, you understand that. And then what people absolutely love is this specific tips here where how can you manage their personal care better? What are the things that you can do? You know, in this case, it's saying to err on the side of doing less rather than more at first to promote independence. And then you can click on to get additional tips if you want to. There's a number of different things that all relate to the questions that you've answered in the prior screen. You also can go ahead and connect with others who are in a similar stage of Alzheimer's.
So this is a stage group of people who are in what level of...
This is a moderate stage group,
Right.
so moderate stage of Alzheimer's, sort of in the middle.
And it's not the people, it's the caregivers whose loved one is at that stage.
Right, I assume that's right.
And here's an example of some things that are new today. If we go down here to this comment, someone's posted that her dad is 83 and is in the late moderate stages of Alzheimer's. She's asking, you know, since she can't leave him alone anymore, but yet he insists on still taking care of himself, what can she do? And here you can see that a number of different responses from people who are having similar experiences, who are really trying to help to suggest some solutions for that caregiver. So again, the prior screen on the care guide gave you some expert advice on what to do
Right.
that people find really helpful. But also it can be very helpful to connect with these other caregivers, people who are going through the exact same thing, and can give you very practical and helpful tips that are very similar to what you might be experiencing as well. Caregiving can be a very isolating experience, and so people are particularly appreciative when they're able to feel that they're not alone and able to communicate with others who are going through the same thing.
So really nice blend there of a sort of tool to get you in the right stage, but also some pointing the sort of content I've been talking for years about sort of getting your transaction. So in some ways your tool is your transaction. Where are you in the process? And putting both expert content but also community content around that and blending those two together. So that's a really nice approach. And give me a sense about how this has been. You launched this Steps and Stages how long ago?
We launched it at the end of the year.
End of the year. So it's
End
been
of
a couple of months.
2010.
And give me a sense of how it's been taking off and what you're expecting from it.
We're so happy because people love it. We do a lot of customer sat, and we've been getting dozens of emails every week from people saying that it's helping them, and they haven't seen anything else like it. It's gotten some nice press, and it's gotten really high consumer satisfaction scores, and it's starting to snowball. We've got about 30,000 subscribers. We're adding literally thousands a week to it, and there are 12 million Alzheimer's caregivers, so we think this could be quite a large audience for
Huge
us.
potential market.
Yes.
So on that, on that sort of broader scale for Caring.com, give me a sense of where as a business you are. You guys have raised about 20 billion for in VC over a number of different rounds. I can't remember exactly how many. 2 different rounds. And you have this advertising centered model, which is both the sort of local classifieds by the Gilbert Guide stuff you acquire, but also the national advertisers and farmers and others. Give me that sense about where you are in visits and uniques and those kinds of metrics, and give me a sense about where you are on the goal to making money and profitability.
So both are going well. Our traffic's been going up every month, and our revenue's been going up every month. We're at 1.4 million uniques a month in March, and our revenue's been up every month as well. We're expect to be at profitability at the end of this year based on the growth that we're seeing right now.
Great. And what can we expect for you to be? I mean, obviously now a fair amount of stuff has gone into the pipeline, as it were, and has come out. What else do you have sort of under the wraps which areas can we expect to see more activity?
Well, you need to come to the Web 2.0 show in the fall and see our
Health
latest.
2.0, please.
Health 2.0, excuse me. The Web 2.0 and the Health 2.0.
You should go to Web 2.0 as well. That's actually next weekend.
I'm looking right at your shirt. You need to come to the Health 2.0 show in the fall because we're going to be demoing some of our latest Steps and Stages things there. And we're really excited. Alzheimer's care is huge, and we've just started to help people, so there's a lot more we can do there.
Great. Well, thanks very much. I've been speaking with Andy Cohen and Robin Joy. I'd like to get Robin in the same shot if I can, skillfully, from Caring.com. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.